All right, let's just go ahead and start by tapping our toes. So today we're gonna have about 7 exercises. We're gonna do 1 minute of each exercise. And we're gonna do a couple of rounds. All right, let's take it out and in. Start waking up those hips. 4, 3, heels up, right, left. 8, 7. All right, heels front, just tap. Give you a little bit of funky music today. I'm expanding your horizons. All right, side, side, reach. Remember, go at your own pace. This is a little quick, so just do what feels good. All right, toes back, we're gonna press. So belly's in, just a little squeeze. Tap the toe to the ground in the back. All right, knees up in front. Good bicep curls. Posture is very tall. 4, 3, hamstring curls. We're gonna squeeze. 4, 3, good, just march it out. Start to pump those arms a little. 4, 3, out, out, and in. Out, in. So getting those inner thighs just a little bit. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, good. Forward step and reach. Forward step. So just shifting the weight forwards. All right, we're gonna add a little rotation. Forward step with a little turn. So keep the hips, knees, and toes pointing forwards. Start working on that upper body rotation. 2, backward step, open and close. So belly stays in, shoulders over your hips. Try to catch yourself on the big toe like you're gonna do a little lunge. Change the arms, overhead. Don't worry about getting all the way up. Relax the shoulders. 2, feet hip width apart, hinging back and coming up. So just close the car door after you get the groceries out. Slow it down, take it down for squats. Down, 2, up, 2. Just a little deeper, but keeping that chest up. So that means controlling your core. All right, we're gonna take it up for a jog or a nice good march. Your choice. So you can always high knee march. All right, jumping jacks, low impact or high. Listen to the shoulders. You can always stay low, or you can always open and close if that feels better today. Good, back to a jog, and either knees up in front or take it heels back. You can always do a quick hamstring curl if that feels better. All right, jumping jacks, here we go, out and in. 8, 7, 4, 3. All right, we're just gonna lift the heels up and down, up. You can add arms if you'd like. Again, belly is in, so we wanna try not to push the hips forwards. We wanna lift, pressing through the ball of the foot. 3, 2, good, just march it out. All right, we're gonna grab a quick drink of water, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So, our exercises today, we are going to do squats with an overhead press, jump rope, reverse lunges with a bicep curl, jogging, rows, a triple extension, so a good squat or jump squats if you'd like. And then we're also going to do plie squats with a side raise. So you'll have lots of low impact options. So grab weights you feel comfortable doing an overhead press with. And as always, if an overhead press just doesn't feel good, you are more than welcome to do a front raise instead. All right, so you're going to have 1 minute. Pace yourself, take your time. Squat to overhead press. Your time is on. So just down, reach. And I'm going to alternate because 1 minute is kind of a long time, especially for shoulders. So nice and tall, reaching up, down and up. And again, we want to try not to bend over and do our reach. Chest is lifted as we sit. Also keeping an eye on the knees. For a lot of us ladies, we go down, and when we come up, what happens? Our knees knock. We want to press those knees out just a little bit, like we're trying to open a jar with our feet. Down and reach. Good, you have about 15 seconds to go. Then we're going to switch it for jumping rope. And again, lots of low impact options. So nice and tall, reach. Good. All right, we're going to switch it. You've got about 10 seconds. We're going to jump rope. Now you can jump rope. You can do hip shimmies. You can march. Your time is on. You have 1 minute. So again, you can march it. You can do a little heel lift, a little jog. You can do hips. You can do a full jump rope. But I do want the feet moving and the hands moving. So just think if you actually had a jump rope in your hand. Now, if you're doing the hip shimmy, you'd probably step on it. But I don't know if you've ever seen, they actually have the handles and then there's just like a weight on the end. And you do it this way to pretend jump rope. That's a thing. So maybe pretend you have that. So good, just 1 minute. You're over halfway. You've got about 20 seconds to go. So good, easy way to get your heart rate up. Soft knees, so we don't want to block them out when we land. Nice and soft. 5 more seconds, and we're going to go to a reverse lunge with a bicep curl. Good. So grab weights for bicep curls. And we're going to do alternating reverse lunges with alternating bicep curl. So we're going to take it back and curl. Now you can do the curl when you go down, or do the lunge and then do the curl. That's okay too. We just want to make sure we have a good position when we do our lunges, so we don't want to let our knees go forward this way. Step back, drop the knee down to the floor. And again, nice, good, steady pace. We also want to make sure that we're not just leaning back, right? Back heel should stay up. Down and up. So think about pushing through the heel in the front leg to come up. So use the front leg to do the work, not the back one. Back one's just there to hold you in place. Got about 5 seconds, and we're gonna jog. Good, set it down. Next exercise is a jog. So high knee marching, jogging, your choice, your time is on. So you can jog. You can high knee march. Try to get those thighs up there. You can also do a high knee jog, trying to get your thighs up there. But the biggest thing is just keep moving. After this, we'll do rows. So we're kind of alternating strength and cardio. And I know there's a few people who like to jog around their living room. Go right ahead. At least that gives you a change of scenery, so you can look at something other than your computer screen. or your TV. Okay, about 20 seconds to go. Oh, it's too early for this. It really is. Good, soft knees, easy jog. Rolling through those feet. 3, 2, 1. Good, all right, we're gonna do rows. Gonna do rows. So I'm gonna alternate, but you can decide if you wanna alternate or do them both at the same time. Good, time is on. Squeezing the shoulders. So notice I'm not hunched over as I'm doing this. I folded forward, so I closed the car door with my hips, and I stayed there. You can always have one foot in front of the other, but it's still folding at the hips. Squeeze the shoulder blades, and again, one at a time or both at the same time. If you're doing one at a time, try not to rotate this round. So don't rotate, keep it steady, because we can work on anti-rotation, strengthening that core. Got about 17 seconds. And we're going to go to either jump squats or just a big, powerful triple extension. So belly's pulled into the spine, still breathing. Just squeeze the shoulder blades in. Good, set it down. All right, triple extension, wide stance. Squat down, just get close to the floor. Up on your tiptoes, your time is on. So down and up, down and up. Now remember, we don't do these, okay? I don't want you bending over just to touch the floor. It's still a good squat. Wider stance makes it a little bit easier to get closer to the floor. It does not matter if you don't touch. I want you to power up and lift those heels. Now, you've got about 30 seconds to go. Here's an option. One jump squat and keep going to your triple extensions. Then one jump squat. So it's an option for you. Now notice when I do my jump squat, I start in a knee bend, I start in a squat, and I end in a squat. I don't end with stiff legs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plie squats with a side raise. Last exercise, then we take a break. So plies, wider stance. Down, out to the side. Down and up, and out. Good. So remember, we don't want the knees to go forward on this one. So this, no. Out and in. So it may be narrow or shallow, depending on your hips. But wherever your toes are pointing, that's where your knees go. So if your hips don't like going out that way, turn your toes forward a little bit more. So just imagine you're picking up a really big package. It's a really big, wide package. Nice and tall. Shoulders over hips. So down and up. Try to go deep, but it depends on your hips, yes? Good, set it down. All right, keep those feet moving. Grab a drink of water. This is your recovery period. So you grab a drink, keep your feet moving. Decide how you're feeling. Keep the weights as they are, make them a little lighter, make them a little heavier. You just have one more round of this. You guys keep going. I'm just gonna stare at some of my other students. I just had to move my little screen over so make sure everybody's doing okay. Everybody doing okay? Yeah? Hope so. I can't see everybody right now, so hopefully I don't have any thumbs down. If there's any thumbs down, that means you need to take a break for a minute, yes? All right, so we're gonna go through all those exercises again. So we're gonna start with the squat. and the single arm overhead press, or again, you can do a front raise if it feels better. So let's grab our weights. Squat to press, 3, 2, 1, good. All right, squat to press. So down and reach, down and reach, good. Now, if your shoulders are in pretty good shape and this doesn't bother them, and you've got lighter weights especially, maybe medium weights, you can do both arms at the same time. I'm just trying to be nice to my shoulder. But again, you can always do front raises, or you can take it up a little bit. You can go a little heavier, or you can do both at the same time. So I want this to feel like it's a challenge for you, but I don't want you to be so sore that you can't move for 3 days. That's no good. So just down and up, reach, and again, keep the chest lifted. That may mean a shallow squat, and that's okay. If you start getting tired, power up out of that squat, push. Make it a little push press. Use the squat. Good, set it down. All right, jump rope is the next exercise. 3, 2, 1, good. So again, marching, little hip shimmies. You can do alternating heel lifts kind of quick, or you can jump. You can even do jogging if you want to. But this is your cardio, so this is getting your heart rates up. Good, good, good. So nice and soft. So remember, just swing that jump rope. If you want to, try to get a couple of double unders. Whatever works. I used to jump rope all the time when I was on crew. Now I don't know if I even could. Who else's arms are getting tired doing this? Ah, right? What's up with that? All right, oh, shake it out. All right, reverse lunge, bicep curl. Oh, my goodness. My goodness, my goodness. All right, here we go. Reverse lunge, bicep curl, alternating. Again, if your weights are a little bit lighter, you can always do both arms at the same time. If you want to do a little more core, as long as your form is good, you can do the curl while you do the lunge. You also have the option of doing forward lunges. But again, you gotta watch those knees, so we don't want to step and push the knee forwards. We want to step, stop, and drop. So do what feels best. Good, about 15 more seconds. After this, we're just gonna jog. Nice, strong push off with the front leg. Good, set it down. All right, we're gonna do our high knee jogging in 3, 2, 1, good. So just a good jog or high knee march. Marching is great, just try to get the arms up and down. So if you wanna get your heart rates up and you're marching, make the movements bigger. If you wanna get your heart rate down a little, make it a little smaller. Or actually jog, pump those arms. Good, so you got about 30 seconds, so you're halfway through already. Now, if this really does get to be too much, just take it down, step touch, march in place. Get your heart rate to where it needs to be again, and then join back in again and when you're ready. So again, I want you to push yourselves, but I don't want you to pass out. Good job, 3, 2, 1, excellent. All right, we're gonna go back to our rows, everyone. Rows, rows. So split stance or one foot in front of the other. So your choice. So remember, it's bellies in, folding at your hips, not your belly button, squeezing the tummy in. So notice I've got a little bit of a slope at the top and then a little bit of a dip in my low back. That's normal. Don't make it disappear, but also don't make it huge. So just a neutral position. Squeeze the shoulders together. Now you can add a little rotation as long as we're making sure that we're not turning everything out. So you can add a little extra. Working, it's kind of like doing a Russian twist, but we're going the twist back instead of forwards. Just a little different. Great thing about this, you decide. Good, set it down. I feel like I'm forgetting an exercise, but we're not. All right, triple extension, wider stance. Here we go, down, tiptoes. Down, tiptoes. Now remember, when you squat, heels are down, up on the tiptoes, set those heels down and sit back into them. Chest is up. So you're grabbing the leaves and chucking them in the air because they're still out there, right? Still got the leaves out in the field, and out in your yard. Good, down and up. So really think about it. You're grabbing a big old pile of leaves and you're just throwing them up there. Good, now 15 seconds. Who wants to try a couple of jump squats and then go back to throwing leaves? You're throwing leaves and then all of a sudden there's a mouse in those leaves. Whew. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, plies with a side raise. Remember, watch your foot position. Down, side raise. Down and side. So very tall. I don't expect you to be in ballet first position. I don't know if my legs will do that. Good, just out and in. Nice and tall. Side raise. They don't have to be straight out to the side. You can have them actually kind of follow your knees, come out at a little bit of an angle. So halfway between a front raise and a side raise. So big hug, 30 to 45 degrees out. Good, down and up. Good stance. 3, 2, and let's get that last one in there. Excellent job, everybody. You've got a break. Kind of a long one, actually. So you've got a break. We're going to go down to the floor and do some exercises on the floor. You'll need your mat. You don't have to use weights for this one. It's an option, but we're going to go down to the floor. We're going to do some abs. Same thing, minute of each exercise. So go ahead and grab your weights, or not your weights, but your mat. And this is your recovery, so take your time. Absolutely take your time. Get those feet walking and moving, and get those heart rates and those breathing rates down just a little bit before we go down to the floor. So we are going to do planks with hip drops. So those of you that do strong with me, it's what we do in the ab song. You can always just hold a plank. You can always just hold a bird dog. Then we're going to do mountain climbers. Then we do bridges. Then we do single leg lowering. Then we do some Russian twists. So it's a lot of abs, but we're going to kind of flip-flop through everything. So we're going to start with planks with a hip drop. Again, it's a minute. Rest when you need to, because a minute is a long time, right? If anybody comes to strong on Friday, you know that doing those plank hip drops, your shoulders get really tired. So plank hip drops on your knees or on your toes. Remember, shoulders are away from your ears and you shift your weight into your shoulders. Option 1, plank. Option 2, drop your hips from side to side. Time is on now. So again, you can hold a plank. Nothing wrong with that. Or drop the hip, back in the middle, drop, and in the middle. So these are like you're drawing a rainbow going from side to side. Now with these, don't let your hip actually touch the floor and don't let your shoulders and stuff start rotating. So your upper body is very steady. You're just rotating side to side. Or you're holding a plank and you're just holding it steady. So you're over halfway. So rest for a little bit if you need to. Because remember, our next exercise is going to be mountain climbers. And if you don't think your hands and wrists can handle that today, you can always flip over for dead bugs, and that's all right. You have 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Mountain climbers. So I'm going to be on my toes, good position, and I'm just going to bring my knee in and go back out. Your time is on. Rest a little more if you need to. Do a few mountain climbers and then rest. And then come up and do a few more. Just try to go as long as you can, but if your form starts to break down a little, rest, give your body time to recover, and then start up again. Again, this is a long time, so find what works. Good, 30 seconds to go, so you're over halfway. Now, if you need to stay on your knees, you can always do the mountain climber where your knee comes to your outside elbow. Just remember, shoulders stay over your wrists. Almost done. Finish strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, flip over onto your backs for glute bridges. Glute bridges. Now you can do both at the same time, or you can do one leg, and I'll let you know when it's halfway. Good. Time is on. So I'm doing single leg, but you can do both at the same time. But I'll let you know when it's halfway, and you can switch. So nice, good. Push through the heels, squeeze the glutes, opening at the hips. Switch legs if you're doing single leg. So keep an eye on those knees. Try to hold them nice and steady. Try not to let them wobble side to side. 15 seconds to go. And then we're going to do single leg lowering. Again, 30 seconds each leg. 3, 2, 1. Good. Right leg, knee bent, foot flat on the floor. Left leg is up. Round your low back into the floor. You're going to slowly lower the leg. Get it as close to the floor as you can and bring it back up again. So your time is on. So your focus with this is to pull that belly button into the spine. Press your low back into the floor and keep it there. Does not matter if your legs actually get to the floor or not. Your focus is making sure that you're keeping those abs tight and working and keeping a neutral spine position. All right, let's switch legs. Same thing. So remember, we're gonna get a little bit of hips, but the focus is your abs. Your focus is those deep transverse abdominis muscles, the ones below your six pack. 10 more seconds, and we're gonna come up for Russian twist, a little rotation. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come up to a seated position, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Gonna take a little lean back, little C curve with the tummy. We're gonna punch, punch, Good. You can go slow. You can go a little quicker. But we want to try not to let the knees rotate as we rotate. Hips, knees, all the way down to your toes are steady. Rotating upper torso. Again, rest when you need to or your hips start screaming. Then take it back and finish. Shoulders away from the ears. Always, always. Got about 20 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. All right, you guys, this is an exercise. Give it a shot. Hands are by your hips, knees bent, feet flat. Shoulders are away from your ears and they stay that way. You're going to lift your butt up off the floor, set it down again. Lift and down. Okay, lift and down. So what am I not doing? I am not shrugging my shoulders. My shoulders stay down. Lift and lower. If you want to make this harder, you take your feet farther out. We're kind of doing a little tricep. If this bothers your shoulders, just do kickbacks like this, even without weights. But squeeze the shoulders together, lift and down. Lift and down. So if you watch my elbow, it's a tricep, but it is super tiny. And if your butt doesn't actually leave the ground, that's okay. That's okay. Just think squeeze and down. But again, shoulders stay down and back in your back pocket. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, good job, you guys. Woohoo! How did those ones feel? Yeah, they're a little different. They're a little different. All right, let's just roll those shoulders back. So this is a good chance to grab a quick drink of water. All right, we're gonna sit nice and tall. We're gonna press our feet together. Hips are out to the side. Start with your feet out and then start to bring them in as you get a little more flexible. So nice and tall. We're gonna do a little bit of an extended stretch today. Good, let's take our right leg out. Sitting nice and tall. Make sure our toe is pointing to the ceiling, not over to the corner. And we're gonna fold forwards. And again, tall posture, just until you feel a little stretch in the hamstrings. Good, sitting nice and tall. Here's your challenge. Hold that leg up and draw circles. Other direction. Good, set it down. Take the leg that's bent, bring it across. And you're gonna pull the knee towards the opposite shoulder, stretch the hips. And then you have the option to add a little rotation. Good, switch. So left leg out, again, toes pointing up, nice and tall, fold forwards. Nice deep breaths. Good, sit up nice and tall. Try to sit as tall as you can, work those hips, lift that leg. Draw circles. Other direction. Oh, my hips are screaming. All right, set it down. Take the leg that's bent, bring it across the body. Again, pull the knee towards the opposite shoulder. That's the goal. If you want to, you can add the rotation. Good. Bring it back into the center. We're going to take it up to half kneeling, or you can slowly come up to standing. So we're going to roll up the mat underneath our knees. We're going to do our half kneeling stance. So nice and tall, hips are tucked under. We're going to do a little push forwards, and then we're also going to do our side bend. So you can come to seated and do the same thing, or you can come to standing. Just take your time to make sure that the blood knows where it's supposed to go. But again, whichever one you pick, keep an eye on this leg as well, and don't let it go out or don't let it knock in. So we're trying to get all the different parts of our body to kind of do different things. Good, bring it up, let's switch. So take the other foot in front. Again, nice and tall, hips are tucked under. Should just be able to move the knee a couple of inches and feel a stretch, and then side bend in. Good, let's go ahead and bring it up. And again, you can stay kneeling or you can come up to standing, your choice. Or you can sit down on the floor if you're not ready to come up yet. Up into elbows together, palms together, shoulders are away from the ears, belly in, inhale and exhale. So think about squeezing the shoulder blades together and then squeezing the chest. All right, open and hold, squeezing the shoulders, and then take the arms out and then open the fingers. Good, bring the fingers together. You can basket weave or just press them together. Round the back, stretching all the way down to your hips. Good, bring it up, relax the shoulders. We're going to take our thumbs to our shoulders and then we're going to slowly walk it back. Good, bringing it down, shoulders roll back and down into your back pocket, reaching, pressing the beach ball in and out. So again, bellies are pulled in so that we're not arching our back. So tuck the hips, squeeze the shoulders, pressing the beach ball. Good, bring it up, relax the shoulders, ear to shoulder, opposite arm, open and close the fingers. Good, other side, ear to shoulder, reach, open and close. Good, bring the head up, take the feet a little bit wide, big breath in and out. One more. All right, you are all done. Woohoo!